Good Yontov, good Shabbos to all my friends in SW3 and beyond. We're coming up to Shevuot tonight, which we celebrate receiving the Ten Commandments on Sinai 3,778 years ago, or something like that, this evening. It is also the harvest festival, and in the times of the temple, this was a huge opportunity for everyone to bring their harvest, their first fruits, and understand that even though they'd want to be so much involved in eating their own first fruits of their labor, we need to understand that everything comes from God, and our first fruits are given to the temple, to the priest, to show us that don't worry, everything will come to you, and God makes everything happen, and we are just the tools, but not the ones in charge. But another thing we do on Shevuot is read the book of Ruth. And the question is, what is the connection of the book of Ruth to commemorating the receiving of the Torah? Yes, it does say that this happened in the days of the harvest. Okay, that's to do with Shevuot, but to read the entire story about that, where is the connection of commemorating receiving the Ten Commandments? And I heard this answer many years ago from a wonderful Rabbi Tauskas in London, and he says the following. Who was Ruth? She was a Moabite. Moab at the time was Israel's strongest enemy, arch enemy. No one hated Israel more than Moab. Nowadays, lots of countries are trying to get into that line, but in those days it was Moab, the greatest enemy. And Ruth was a convert. And she arrived in Israel as a poor convert. Very important, those two words. Because in the Torah many times it says, when you glean your field, do not take everything off. Leave some for the poor and for the convert, la ger v'la'oni. Boaz, the Jewish leader at the time and major farm owner, had farms, and that was the time of the harvesting. And in walks a Moabite convert who is poor. And he looks at Ruth and sees a bit more potential than just what the face value shows. And he invests in Ruth. And they marry. And from their union comes King David, King Solomon, incredible personalities. And traditionally Mashiach comes from that family tree as well. So the lesson is simple. God says, yes, here are my commandments, but I'm not looking for you to keep all my commandments, to keep half my commandments. I'm looking for you to invest in people. Invest in people first. Give people the time, like Boaz gave Ruth the time, and look what happened as a result of that investment. If God sees that we give people time, we are patient with people, we invest in people, then all his commandments are worthwhile. But that's number one. Let us take this opportunity to keep Shevuot and to remember it's time to invest more in people. Have a good Shabbos and a good Yom Tov.